Everything is okay, no? Okay. I hope my screen is visible. Is it visible to you, students? Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So, from last few lectures, we are discussing about generation of, you can say, counter, right? But student, one thing we have to understand, whenever you are designing any counter, right? If you observe first 5 experiment, basically that was related to your instructions like data transfer, arithmetic, logical, branch related operation. If you observe first 5 experiment, you can conclude that whatever operation we want to perform through microprocessor, the basic operations like arithmetic operation or logical operation, so always the first necessity is the transferring of data. So we have to transfer the content of data, the content from memory location to registers, register to memory, input output to registers, input output to memory, and that is basic necessity. After that, we can perform any basic operation, whether it can be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or it can be masking, or it can be combination, or it can be inverting, right? Next, we had discussed whenever you want to perform a repetitive task, at that time always it is necessary that you have to change the programmer's sequence. Am I clear, student? आपको क्या चेंज करना पड़ेगा अगर आपको रिपीटेटिव टास्क परफॉर्म करना पड़ेगा मैन्युअली either you will repeat your task that many times or you can set counter. If you are setting the counter, what will happen? The count, whatever you had stored into your register, that many times you are in a position to repeat your task. But behind the programming, the process is whenever you are setting a row and your condition is not fulfilled. For example, you are writing any condition like JC, JNC, JZ, JZ, JNZ. Any condition you are writing, if that condition is fulfilled, then you can come out of the loop. If it is not fulfilled, then you have to go back and perform that task. So the instructions and the practice related to this jump related instructions we discussed in our last experiment, which was experiment number 5. Now, if you will observe, we want to check here that whenever we are writing any program which is basically related to counting and timing, setting of counter is not enough. जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम लोग ने सपोज कोई भी काउंटर सेट किया है इट मे बी इन होम अप्लायंसेस इट मे बी ए ट्रैफिक लाइट कंट्रोलर whatever timer you can think of, just think of any timer, sorry, any counter. Now if you are setting any counter and if you are not able to observe that count value, then what will happen? Again I'm repeating, student, कि आप ये बोल रहे हो कि मैंने एक काउंटर सेट किया विच विल काउंट फ्रॉम 10 to 0, but are you providing a sufficient delay in between two counts so that you are able to observe that count value? Am I clear, student? What I am trying to tell you is कि जब भी हम लोग काउंटर सेट कर रहे हैं, are we able to observe that count value? That is important. Suppose if you are at a traffic light, you are at traffic booth and you are not able to observe that 25, 24, 23, 22, what will happen? Same way, if you consider any home appliances where you are setting your counter, and if you are not able to observe how much time is remaining, what is the use of that count? So always there is a need to put some delay in between to count. Am I clear, student? Am I right? So while setting a counter, always what is the necessity? in between two count, you need to put sufficient time delay. For example, मैंने second वाला counter set किया है, that means it should count from 60 to 00, right? It will take some finite time in between two count values so that I'm able to observe it. Now, if I'm setting a minute counter, in between 2 minutes, I need to provide a delay of 60 seconds. Am I clear, student? Suppose me 1 minute, 2 minutes, if I'm counting up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So in between 1 and 2 minutes, I need to provide a delay of 60 seconds. Are you getting my point, student? Yes or no? Are you getting me, students? Am I clear, student? Should I repeat any point? Hello? Yes. So what is always a necessity is, while setting a counter, you always need to put some finite time delay in between two count value. Now how much time, delay you will provide, that depends upon your application. For example, if I'll say I'm setting a room controller, room temperature controller, but suppose if at every 50 second I want to sense temperature, that means I'll set my counter with 50 second. Right? Suppose if I'm working with some laboratory where there is a need that every 2 seconds I want to check my temperature, so I'll set my counter of 2 seconds. In between two count, I'll put a delay of 1 second. I hope I'm clear, students. Right? So whenever you are setting any counter, the equivalent necessity, along with setting the counter, you need to provide some delay in between two count. Right? Now, student, can anyone tell me how to set counter? आप counter कैसे set करते हो? How you are setting the counter? Students, how we are setting the counters? Yes? Ayush? Nancy, what do you think? How they are setting the counters?
Ma'am, by using branching operations,
Like,
like ma'am, jump statements, unconditional and conditional jumps.
okay. So, very, very good, Nancy. Let's say we are setting the counter. For example, first of all, whenever you want to design a counter, you need to decide whether you want to design up counter or a down counter. This is a first necessity. Am I clear, student? हम लोग को जब भी काउंटर सेट करना है, the first necessity is always you need to first decide whether you want to design up counter or a down counter. Suppose if you want to design a down counter, what you will do is you will load your register with the maximum value. Every time you will decrement your register, you will check whether your register is becoming 0, 0 or not. If it is not 0, then again it will go. If it is 0, then it will come out of the loop. Yes or no? Now suppose if you are designing up counter, then what will happen? The maximum count, that up to how much you want to count, that is always predefined, right? Suppose if I want to design a up counter which will count from 0, 0 to FF, for example. So the maximum value that I want to count with the available counters is always fixed. So initially what I do is I load my register with 0, 0. Every time I'll increment it, I'll compare it with FF, whether both the values, my predefined value and my register's values are same or not. So if it is the same, then it will come out of the loop. If it is not the same, then again it will go in increment. Am I clear, student? Right? So by using the combination of up and down counter, you can design any count value, you can check for any application through which you want to either up count or a down counter. Every time we are checking कि कोई भी application में लो, generally we need to count either clock pulse or we need to count time. The counting of time can be up or down, right? So depending upon your requirement, you will design either up counter or you will design a down counter. The process is almost same. You only need to take care. If you are designing an up counter, you will load with the minimum value. You will compare it with the predefined value that you want to check for. You want to stop at that point. That value you need to put in some register. You will compare it with the register value and you are checking your condition. Down counter design करना उससे भी easy है. You will load your register with the maximum value. Every time you will decrement it, you will check whether it will become 0, 0 or not. Right? So, if you remember, we had checked for this flow chart that whenever we want to design a counter, my screen is visible, right, student?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So whenever you will design a counter, what you will do is you will initialize your counter. Now initialization of counter can be depending upon whether you want to design up counter or a down counter. If you want to design a down counter, you will load it with maximum value. You will display it. You will update. Update मतलब अगर आपने डाउन काउंटर डिजाइन किया है, यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम वैल्यू लोड किया है, वो आपने डिस्प्ले कर दिया. You will decrement it. Decrement it मतलब it will update to the new value. Is this final count? If yes, then it will come out of the loop. If no, then again it will go and display. For example, I'm counted down. I'm designing a counter which will count down from 10 to 00. So what initially I'll do is I'll initialize my register C with value 10. I'll display on my LCD. I'll update it. That means I'll write a condition or I'll write a instruction DCRC. So 10 में सब वो क्या हो जाएगा 9. That means updation of counter. Is this final count? So to check this, I'm putting the condition J and Z. If my counter is not a 0, then again it will go and display. So 9 will be displayed. Again it will be decrement by 1. Is this final count? No. Again 8 will be displayed. It will update to 7. Is this final count? No. Again go and it will display 7. वो कहाँ तक ये लोग you will find ये loop कहाँ तक execute होगा? How much time this loop will execute, student? Yes. How much time this loop will execute? It will execute until your counter value will not become 0, 0. Am I clear, student? यहाँ पे अपडेट करके आप अपडेट कर रहे हो, वो जब तक 0 नहीं हो जाएगा तब तक this loop will execute. So this is a flow chart you can consider for a counter, designing for a setting of the counter. Now student, just tell me, suppose if I'm designing my counter, what can be the problem? Just tell me, have you find any problem here while setting or while designing your counter with this particular process? Just think for a while. अगर मैं counter ऐसे design करूँगी तो कोई problem होगा or it will work? Yes, make it fast, student. What do you think? Yes? Nancy, what do you think? Will it work?
Ma'am, it will work, but just like you said, we might need time delay to display the thing.
Correct, right? So here students, very good Nancy, here you will find that you are initializing your counter, you are displaying, you are updating and with, you are checking whether it is final counter or not, right? But to display or while you are displaying, you need some time which will be required to check whether this count value are you able to see or not, right? हम लोग वो check कर पा रहे हैं कि नहीं, that we need to check, that we need to put a sufficient delay in between to count. मतलब अगर ये काउंटर मेरा अपडेट हो रहा है और वो डिस्प्ले हो रहा है, in between this instant, I need to put some delay so that I can check, I can find a result onto my display. ये क्या होगा? You are initializing, you are displaying, you are checking the condition, you are not putting sufficient instant, तो आपका initial count दिखे, you are able to see your initial count value and you finally check for your final value. In between value, you are not able to identify. I hope I'm clear with this discussion. Are you able to understand, student, what I'm trying to here? The point is कि आप इनिशियलाइज कर रहे हो एंड डिस्प्ले कर रहे हो सो दैट फर्स्ट वैल्यू and the last value, these two values only you are able to check you are if you are not putting sufficient delay in between two count, right? And there is an always requirement that while designing a counter, we need to check the count value as well. Always there is a need to put a sufficient delay, to put some finite delay in between to count value. And how to put that we want to check today, right? So this discussion and requirement of time delay is clear, everyone? Any doubt here in this? Yes or no? Any doubt?
Yeah.
Yes. So always there is a requirement to put some delay, and what can be the different process to provide a delay that we want to check. Students, if you remember, the based upon our setting of the counting, basically आप जब भी counter set कर रहे हो, the basic thing is you can design a counter without putting any delay, that is for the repetition, right? हम लोग ने ये सारे प्रोग्राम किए थे कि जहाँ पे they want to repeat a task, right? But whenever you want to design an actual count, always counter, you always need to put a delay in between to count. So today we want to check for that how many different techniques can be used to design a delay, to generate a delay in between two count value, right? Now students, before we are actually discussing what are the methods and how can we generate a delay, आपके माइंड में क्या रहा है? How can we put delay in between two count? What do you think? How can we put a delay in between two count? What do you think? क्या चीज इस पे इफेक्ट करता होगा? Whenever I want to provide a delay, what do you think? How can we provide? Any rough idea? Anyone?
Like
Yes.
creating more number of
Yes.
instructions.
Yes. Yes. Who is giving answer? Palak, what do you think? Any rough idea? It's okay. You want to provide a delay in between two instructions. What do you think? What you should do? Shivanand? Yes. Shivanand, what do you think? Shub, Rahil,
Ma'am, by using
Nancy.
more instructions.
Yes, Rahil, actually your voice is not coming clearly. Nancy, any idea?
No, ma'am, I don't know.
Okay. Ayush? So, student, just try to understand कि whenever you are writing any instructions, whenever screen is visible, right, student? Or whenever you are writing any instruction, that instruction is always taking some finite time. Yes or no? आप कोई भी इंस्ट्रक्शन ले रहे हो तो इंस्ट्रक्शन एग्जीक्यूट होने के लिए टाइम लग रहा है. यस और नो? Suppose if I am writing, yes, suppose if I am writing MOV instruction, what do you think? How much time it will take? MOV instruction? It will take how much time to execute? Yes? How much?
E5, ma'am.
Yes? Yes. So we know कि to understand how much time any instruction will take to execute, that is always identified through timing diagram, right? हम लोग को मशीन साइकिल पर से पता चल जाएगा कि to execute that instruction we required how much time. Now say for example if I write MOV any register RD and RS में मैं कोई भी register mention कर रही हूँ, this instruction will take one machine cycle and 4 T state. Right now this T, how can we find? 4 T state it will require, we know for fetch machine cycle will only execute and that will require 4 T state. So what do you mean by T? 4 तो जो भी T आएगा उससे multiply कर देंगे. What is T? How we will find this T? Yes? How we will find this T? Students, so many times we discuss how to find this T. Am I audible? Students, am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do you think? How can we find this T? अगर मेरे पास T होगा, then I will multiply it with 4 while executing this MOV instruction. Student, just last time try to understand, always with any microprocessor, AF is always known to you. Operating frequency is always known to you. Yes or no? Right? If you remember, हम लोग ने फीचर्स ऑफ माइक्रो प्रोसेसर वेरी फर्स्ट लेक्चर उसमें डिस्कस किया था कि 8085 माइक्रो प्रोसेसर्स ऑपरेटिंग फ्रीक्वेंसी इज हाउ मच ऑपरेटिंग फ्रीक्वेंसी. यस, एग्जाम दे के सब कुछ भूल जाते हम लोग. व्हाट विल हैपन? हाउ यू विल फाइंड एफ? What is the operating frequency or clock frequency of an 8085 microprocessor? Yes? 3 megahertz? Yes or no? Students, respond. I'm not.
0.5.
Yes, I'm not getting whether you are understanding or not. 3 megahertz is the operating frequency. My voice is clear, student, to you? Or it is cracking? It's clear, Nancy?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay. So thing is, whenever with any microprocessor, whether you will consider 8085 microprocessor, whether you will consider i3, i5, i7, right, Pentium, any processor you will consider, you know that with processor's features itself, the operating frequency is always mentioned. Yes or no? राइट अभी हम लोग जो अपने लैपटॉप में मोबाइल में जो भी प्रोसेसर यूज कर रहे हैं सो दैट प्रोसेसर्स ऑपरेटिंग फ्रीक्वेंसी इज इन टर्म्स ऑफ गीगाहर्ट्ज right before that whatever processor earlier processor we had 4-bit processor that operating frequency of that processor was in terms of kilohertz. Whatever processor, Intel's 8085 microprocessor we are considering right now, the operating frequency is in terms of megahertz. So, as you are increasing the operating frequency, so f equal to 1 by t, we know कि अगर हमारे पास f है तो 1 by t करके we are able to find out the value of t. Yes or no? Right? Suppose if I say my operating frequency f equal to 2 megahertz, so what do you think? What is my t? F equal to 2 megahertz, for example. Then what is my T? Yes. How much time if operating frequency is 2 megahertz then? Students, why we are taking so much time in this easy calculation? How much time you will require if your operating frequency is 2 megahertz? Yes.
I'm 1 by 2 megahertz.
Yes. I don't know whether there is a problem with my network. I'm not getting your voice properly. Shivana, what is your answer? Can you repeat? Yes, 1 by 2. No, only 1 by 2. If I say it is 2 megahertz, then yes. 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 6, so which is 0.5 microsecond. Palak, are you getting me? 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 6 is how much? 0.5 microsecond, right? So whenever student you will say your operating frequency is in terms of kilohertz, you will find your time is in millisecond. Whenever you will say that your frequency is in terms of megahertz, your time you will get in terms of microsecond. Suppose it will say you are having a frequency in terms of gigahertz, that will be in terms of 10 raised to minus 12, that much time, that much less time you will require to execute your task, right? So in short, the conclusion is easily we are able to find the value of t if we have a frequency, right? So in case अगर मेरे पास frequency है and from that frequency if I'll find the t, now only one thing I need to check that my instruction will take how many t's, whether it will take 40, whether it will take 70, 10t, 14t, 16t, how much t, how many t's it will require to execute. Only that only I need to identify, and multiplication of that will be the equivalent time delay requirement of that particular instruction for the execution. Now just try to understand with some technique that always can be used to provide a delay, to generate a delay in between two count using NOP operation, using NOP instruction, using register technique, using register pair technique, and finally loop within a loop or a nested loop technique. This four can be a very basic, or you can say mostly used method to provide a delay, to generate a delay in between two count. Now before starting with the first technique, can anyone tell me what NOP instruction will do? NOP instruction क्या करता है? What NOP will do? Yes. No, NOP is no operation. What this instruction will do? From name itself, it suggests no operation. Student, what do you think? What NOP will do?
Ma'am, it does nothing. It is just used to create delay.
Very good, right? It will not perform any process. Through NOP, you cannot perform anything. It will only use to provide a delay in between two instruction. राइट सपोज मुझे कोई भी प्रोसेस परफॉर्म नहीं करना, जैसे कि आप कंप्यूटर और प्रिंटर का एग्जांपल ले लो. The data you are sending from computer to printer, you don't want to change the data. But as the frequency is not matching between your processor and peripheral, अपने कंप्यूटर से लैपटॉप या अपने प्रिंटर को लगाया है, तो हाउ फास्ट यू आर सेंडिंग द डेटा फ्रॉम कंप्यूटर टू प्रिंटर, probably your printer is not able to type or able to print with that much of speed. So what you required is you need to provide some delay in between your you are sending the data from computer and your printer is receiving the data. So suppose आपने कभी भी ऑब्जर्व किया होगा while printing, we are always putting a buffer in between our computer and printer, right? There is an always buffer is used. Buffer का काम क्या होता है? It will not provide, it will not process anything, it will not change your data, it will keep it as it is, but it will simply provide a delay. So this kind of operation like buffer always can be performed through this instruction in OP. No operation, it will perform nothing. Whatever input is equal to output, it will only provide a delay, right? So as per a requirement, whenever we want to design a counter, we are setting the counter, we are displaying it, we are updating it. We don't want to change any process, simply we want to provide a delay. So how much delay you require, that many times if you are writing NOP, 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 so your input and output data will not going to change, simply it will provide a delay in between two count value. Am I communicating, student? Now हम लोग को ये पता होना चाहिए कि NOP हम लोग को कितना डिले प्रोवाइड कर सकता है. So NOP will take 4 T state. Suppose if I write NOP instruction, I hope my screen is visible, right, student? Suppose if I'll write NOP instruction, so as per our discussion, it will not perform anything, but it will require your one machine cycle, which is opcode fetch, right? It will take your one machine cycle, which is opcode fetch machine cycle, and opcode fetch machine cycle will take 4 T state. So how many times you will execute NOP, 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 you are able to provide a delay of अगर आपका processors का operating frequency is 2 megahertz, every time you are able to give 4 into 0.2 microseconds delay. Whenever you are executing your instruction NOP, you are in a position to give a delay of 4 into 0.5 microsecond if we are executing this instruction once, right? अगर मुझे ज़्यादा चाहिए, then I'll write NOP, NOP, NOP. How much delay you require, depending upon that, you can provide. You can write NOP instruction in between two count value. Am I clear, student? Listen, just to make it more clear, this particular technique is used to provide a smallest time delay because only 4 T state it will require, which is basically you will get through opcode fetch machine cycle. So अगर आपका operating frequency is 2 megahertz, so you will find a 2 microseconds delay. अगर आप एक बार NOP लिखते हो, so the 2 microsecond delay will be generated using NOP instruction, right? Now suppose मुझे 4 microsecond delay चाहिए, right? Then I'll use NOP, NOP. 2 times. So manually आपको NOP कैलकुलेट करके लिखना पड़ेगा how much delay you require, and based upon that you can provide a delay in terms of microsecond. Any doubt in first technique, student? Yes, sir. Any last point that you want to discuss with the first method? Yes, students, is it clear? Okay. So basically, suppose if you are saying that we are writing NOP or we are using NOP instruction, which will perform nothing. Whatever input, whatever data lastly you are having, the same data you are able to maintain, you are able to find only in between two delay and between two instruction you will find a delay through NOP. Right? But the thing is, जो भी आपको डिले मिल रहा है that is in terms of microsecond. Again, are we able to observe that much delay in terms of microsecond? Are we able to observe that? Yes or no? अगर मेरे पास कोई काउंटर है और उसमें माइक्रोसेकंड का डिले है, कैन आई ऑब्जर्व इट? यस सर. Yes, what do you think? Are we in a position to observe the delay of microsecond? No? Alright, it is a very small delay that you will find always through NOP, and that is always in terms of microsecond. So suppose, just a minute, student. So, thing is, whatever delay you are getting through NOP, that delay is very less, right? You are getting your delay in terms of microsecond. It may be possible there is a requirement where we need only a delay in terms of in terms of microsecond. You can use NOP instruction, but it is not insufficient delay that we want to find, right? So we need to move to the second method, which is using register technique. I hope I am clear with the first part, NOP. Any doubt here in this first technique, student? Anyone? Is it clear? Right? Only what you are doing is you are writing NOP instruction. You are writing NOP instruction depending upon how much delay you require. Right? आप एक बार NOP लिखोगे, and if your operating frequency of processor is 2 megahertz, you will find 2 microseconds delay. So manually you will calculate how much delay, how many microseconds you required. You will write NOP. And this particular technique will give you a smallest time delay out of all 4 techniques, right? So, any doubt in first part, student? First technique? To Rahil, it's clear. To Palak, it's clear. What about remaining student? Any doubt? Kabir just joined. Viraj just joined. Yes. Bhavya just joined. Chirag just joined. Okay, any doubt, student, here in this? Anyone? If it is clear to you, raise your hand. Okay. In case, if it is clear to you, raise your hand. If it is not, then ask the question. To Palak, Rahil, they already gave the answer. Raju, it's clear. What about remaining students? Shivanand, it's clear? Okay, Siraj, it's clear? Ayush, are you available? Ankit, are you available? Yes. Shubh. Okay. So, just to give you a brief, student, whenever you are designing a counter, there is a requirement to put some delay in between to count values. Right? हम लोग को always we have to put some delay in between to count. How to generate a delay? That is through 4 techniques. First technique we discuss, and that is using NOP instruction. We know कि we are having NOP instruction in our 8085 microprocessor, which will perform nothing. हम लोग ने जब भी NOP instruction देखा होगा, we are thinking कि why we are writing this instruction if it is not performing anything, right? So now you will find the use of that instruction, that it will do nothing, no operation will be performed, but thing is it will provide you delay, right? It is used to provide, to generate a delay whenever it is required. So NOP is clear. Now just try to focus on the second part, second technique, where we are using a register, to provide a delay. Now just try to understand, student, कि अगर मेरे पास रजिस्टर है, if I am having a register to provide a delay, what do you think in register with 8085 microprocessor? Consider any register, any general purpose register. What is the maximum value that you can store? आपके पास फॉर एग्जाम्पल BCDEHL, any general purpose register you have, what is the maximum value that you can store into your register? Yes, the minimum. No, Polak, my question is, with any 8-bit register, what is the maximum value you can store into your register? The minimum value I can store into my register is 00. What is the maximum value that you can store into your register? 8-bit register की बात कर रहे हैं. Very good. It is FF. Alright, student? So whenever I'll use register, very good. Whenever I'll use register, I'll set some loop, and that loop value I'll take up to FF. So using register pair, we can provide a delay. Try to understand it very clearly, student, कि हम लोग register से how we are able to generate a delay through register. Just try to understand कि जितना भी हम लोग को delay चाहिए, that delay how we will find. So total delay by frequency will give us a delay, total T state for writing, for executing that particular work. Now just first ये एक slide को समझ लो, then we will go with the example. If for example, if I'm having some register to provide a delay, right? Now in that register, how much value I'm storing? Maximum value, minimum value is fixed. How much value I store in that register? For example, मैंने DD store किया है, मैंने FF store किया है, ED store किया है. Any value you are storing into your register, that many times you are executing your loop, and depending upon that loop's delay, you are able to find the total T state. अगर मेरे पास total T state है, then the total T state will execute how many times? That time in decimal I need to mention, and that will be nothing but my loop delay. Just try to understand. Right? Very interesting thing, very widely used technique, कि जब भी आप register use कर रहे हो for providing a delay, you are using a register. providing a delay. तो जनरली हम लोग डिले कैसे फाइंड आउट करते हैं? सपोज इफ आई वांट टू just wait for a minute, taking mouse. Screen is visible, right, students? Yes, sir. So suppose if I say I want to find a delay through register technique, what I'll do is I will find how much time my loop will take, how much time my loop will take, how much time my outer loop will take. For example, the total time I want to check by suppose if I want to find t total, so what I can do is अगर मेरे प्रोग्राम में कोई लूप है, so that loop will take how much time TL, और मेरे लूप के बाहर जितने इंस्ट्रक्शन है वो आउटर लूप will take how much time. If both the times I'll combine, and that is nothing but my total time requirement to execute my program. For example, मैंने यहाँ पे I'm writing some code, right? And that code I'm designing, I'm writing some instruction. तो मेरे लूप में कितने इंस्ट्रक्शन है और लूप के बाहर कितने इंस्ट्रक्शन है, right? So we all can understand कि loop का जो आपके instruction है, for example in my loop I have 2 instructions, so that loop's instruction will execute how many times? तो यहाँ पे आपने जितना counter set किया होगा. For example यहाँ पे मैंने 10 load किया है. For example I'm loading here in register C with 10. So ये दो instruction कितने time execute होंगे? How many times this instruction will execute, which is inside my loop? Student, how many times this instruction and this instruction will execute? How many times? If I'm setting my counter with 10, then unmute and talk, student. How many times? Make it fast. Suppose if I'm setting some counter, I'm decrementing it, I'm checking the condition. So how many times this 2 instruction will execute? That is my question. Yes? Everything is in. Yes, what do you think? How many times this inside loop will execute? Yes? Palak, you always can unmute and talk, right? I need to come here to check your answer. Palak, are you getting me? Right? You can unmute and you can talk. Okay.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
as we discuss, if I'm writing some value into my register, if I'm loading my register with some value, I'll decrement it, I'll check the condition. That means अगर ये condition जब तक fulfill नहीं होता तब तक मेरा ये loop it will execute. So it will execute 10 times. So if I know how many times my loop will execute, now outside the loop जो मैंने instruction लिखे that will execute only once. So that outer loop delay I'll find. So loop का delay, outer loop का delay, if we'll find and if I'll combine it, that will give me a total delay requirement of my program. राइट. सो जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम लोग का जो भी रजिस्टर है दैट वी आर लोडिंग विद द वैल्यू. नाउ हाउ मच वैल्यू यू आर लोडिंग इनटू योर रजिस्टर, दैट इज टोटली डिपेंडिंग अपॉन हाउ मच वैल्यू, हाउ मच डिले यू रिक्वायर्ड. राइट. आप अपने रजिस्टर में कौन सा वैल्यू लोड करोगे वो किस पे डिपेंड करेगा. इट विल डिपेंडिंग अपॉन योर delay. आप कितना delay you require, right? How much delay you require? The value of register will be decided by that. Only what you need to take care is, अगर आपके प्रोग्राम में loop है, so that loop delay you need to consider, outer loops delay you need to consider, and the combination of these two will give you a total delay, right? Just try to understand with example कि हम लोग कैसे find out करते हैं. How we are finding out it. For example, MVIC FFH. What this instruction will do, student? ये instruction क्या करेगा? MVIC FF. What this instruction will do?
Load C with data double F.
Very good. It will load my register C with the maximum value, which is FF. And we all know कि whenever I'll write this instruction MVIC FF, it will take 2 machine cycle, opcode fetch and memory read. Right? It will take opcode fetch and memory read machine cycle. So opcode fetch के 4 T state और memory read के 3 T state. So ultimately, while executing this instruction, I need a 7 T. Are you getting me, student? Why it is 7? Because this instruction will take 2 machine cycle, opcode fetch and memory read, and to execute this 2 machine cycle you need 7 T state, right? Now after loading my register C with FF, I am decrementing my register. I am checking the condition whether it will become 0 0 or not. If it is not 0, then again it will decrement. अगर ये 0 हो जाएगा, then it will come out of the loop. Suppose if I am writing this 3 instruction, how much delay you will find that we want to find, that we want to consider. So as I had discussed कि अगर आपको पूरे प्रोग्राम का डिले फाइंड आउट करना है, so you need to first identify what is inside the loop and what is outside the loop. Once you know how much time is required to execute your outer loops instruction, how much time you will require, you will find to execute your inside loop instruction, and you will combine these two, will give you a equivalent loop, equivalent delay, total delay of your program. So very first thing is I'll identify how many instruction I'm writing outside the loop. So what do you think? इनमें से कौन सा instruction है जो outside the loop है, that will execute only once? Out of these 3
MVI.
instruction, very good. Out of this 3, correct. Out of this 3, MVI instruction will execute only once, right? And which will take 70 state. Now, what do you think? How many times this instruction, these 2 instruction will execute? These 2 instructions. Yes, these 2 instructions will execute FF to 0 times, right? Initially, FF से start किया है, तो it will execute जब तक ये आपका register 0 ना हो जाए तब तक, right? So अगर FF से 0 हुआ, मतलब decimal 0 to FF in hexadecimal. So FF equivalent decimal is how much? FF equivalent decimal is how much? Student, my question is, अगर आप FF लिखते हो, so FF equivalent decimal is how much? Yes. How much it is? अगर मैं hexadecimal if I'm writing,
Ma'am, 32, 30.
so decimal is by 30, right? If you are writing 0 then 16, yes or no? So it will be C hexadecimal FF equivalent decimal 255. So this loop will execute 255 times, right? Now as you know कि जब भी आप loop delay find out कर रहे हो, तो how many times you are executing that loop, that value you need to write in which number system? In decimal number system. Are you getting me? आपके loop में कितने t state है? And that loop will execute how many times? That count value you need to write in decimal. So here you will find कि आपका outer loop का delay 70 है, आपके inner loop में 10 plus 4 total 14 t state है. 10 plus 4 total 14 t state will execute how many times? This 14 t state will execute how many times? Yes. What do you think, student? This 2 instruction will execute how many times in decimal? अगर मेरा loading of register C is FF, then 255. So this 14 t state will execute yes. So am I audible, Ryan?
Yes, ma'am.
So this 14 state will execute 255. So 255 into 14 plus 7, that will be my total time delay. Are you getting me, student? This 10 plus 4, 14 t state. We all can understand this 14 t state will execute FF times FF in hexadecimal. So decimal equivalent of that is 255. So this 14 t state will execute 250 times, 255 times. So 14 into 255 plus this instruction will take 7 t state. So that is my outer loop delay. So inner loop delay plus outer loop delay equal to your total time delay, right? Now if I'm able to find that t, how many t's, depending upon my f, I'll multiply it with that, and that will give me a equivalent delay requirement while you are executing this. Okay. What is your calculation, student? Just try to calculate. 14 into 255 plus 7. How much t? How much time? How many t you will require? Yes. Just
3577.
40, 3, 5.
77.
Okay, multiply it with 0.5 microsecond. Whatever you are getting, just multiply it with 0.5 microsecond.
1788.5.
3577.
1, 7,
88.5.
Very good. So that will be in terms of microsecond or millisecond.
Microsecond.
माइक्रोसेकेंड राइट. सो स्टूडेंट, अगर मैंने अपने रजिस्टर को मैक्सिमम वैल्यू से लोड किया है, सो आई कैन चेक हियर that this two instruction will execute maximum with the maximum count value. I'll find the equivalent delay. You can check here that loop delay हम लोग ने कैसे find out किया. तो loop में कितने इंस्ट्रक्शन है, पहले तो आपको टोटल डिले कैसे मिलेगा, तो आपको आउटर लूप डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा और इनर लूप डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा. ना आउटर लूप इजीली कैन बी आइडेंटिफाई कि मेरे लूप के बाहर कितने इंस्ट्रक्शन है और दैट विल टेक हाउ मेनी टी स्टेट. सो सिंपल एडिशन, अगर मेरे यहाँ पे भी कोई लूप के बाहर इंस्ट्रक्शन है, दैट ऑल्सो आई कंबाइन. बट हाउ टू फाइंड अ लूप डिले, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो आपका लूप में कितने इंस्ट्रक्शन है, दैट यू नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई, और वो इंस्ट्रक्शन हाउ मेनी टाइम्स executing, that value, that count value you need to take in decimal, and the equivalent will be the loop delay. So as mentioned by two students, the 14 t state we are repeating to 55, so ultimately 3, 5, 6, 7 t state is required, and 3, 5, 6, 7 plus 7 t state which was our outer delay loop. So ultimately 3, 5, 7, 4 डिवाइड बाई 2 मेगाहर्ट्ज. बाई 2 मेगाहर्ट्ज हम लोग ने मल्टीप्लाई किया, यहाँ पे फ्रीक्वेंसी लिया है तो डिवाइड किया. सो अल्टीमेटली यू आर फाइंडिंग 1787 माइक्रोसेकेंड, विच कैन बी कंसिडर्ड एज 1.787 millisecond. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट स्टूडेंट? येस और नो? येस और नो? How much time? How you are able to find the delay? Is it clear? Yes?
Yes,
Palak,
ma'am.
it's clear?
Yes,
Correct. Right? So how to find a delay by using register, by using single register, that should be clear to everyone. If it is not clear to you, student, just raise your hand and ask the question. If you want me to repeat anything, just discuss. Is it clear to everyone?
ma'am, can you show that screen once again?
Which one?
Ma'am, that solution part. Yeah, ma'am.
This one?
Ma'am,
This
previous.
one? Yeah.
Ma'am, where
This
have you
one.
solved? Ma'am, it's 24th slide.
Just a minute. Let me this, so that this equation and that equation is exactly same. I'll put that equation as well. Okay. 24th slide. Okay. Please ask any question, any small doubt if you have in your mind, please ask. Shivana, have you find anything?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
It's clear. Okay, student, किसी को यहाँ पे कोई डाउट हो रहा है? It should be, but हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा? मतलब first tell me. Yes.
No, ma'am.
No doubt. Just एक बार और I'm keeping this. किसी को अगर कुछ डाउट हो रहा है, होना चाहिए वैसे. The process that we
Ma'am, 1
define.
minus 3 is done.
Yes.
1
Please.
minus 3 is done.
Very good.
Yes, ma'am,
Right.
minus
Who is
3 is
asking? Yes. Who is asking? Palak. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Student, just try to understand कि हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं कि this will take 14 t state to 55 times. Right. ये कब तक होगा? जब तक ये कंडीशन फुलफिल नहीं होगा. Student, make sure कि JNZ instruction will take 3 machine cycle, opcode fetch, memory read, right? 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4 for opcode fetch. So 10 t state when it is inside the loop. again I am repeating student, if I am writing J and Z instruction, it will take 10 t state if this condition, if we are going inside the loop. It will take 7 t state whenever this condition will not fulfilled, whenever you are coming out of the loop. तो जब तक AFF से 0 1 होगा, right? Whenever you are executing these two instruction from FF to 0 1, not 0 0 0 1, तब तक it will take 10 state. When it will become 0 0, then you are coming out of the loop. That means there is no need to read memory second time, so it will take only 2 machine cycle, which will be opcode fetch and memory read. So at that time it will take 70 state. तो हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया स्टूडेंट, हमने यहाँ पे लूप डिले में 255 टाइम्स हम लोग ने 14 टी स्टेट ले लिए, जबकि लास्ट टाइम it will take 70 state. So that's why they are subtracting 3 state out of this multiplication. Are you getting me student? यहाँ पे right, in this instruction why it is 10/7, it will take 10 t state when you are inside the loop. जब ये condition fulfill नहीं होगा, at that time it will take out of the loop. At that time it will not take 10 t state, it will take 70 state. तो मतलब हम लोग ने तो FF टाइम्स ले लिए है 10 टी स्टेट, तो उसमें से 1 टाइम 3 टी स्टेट वी हैव टू सब्ट्रैक्ट. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट स्टूडेंट? दैट्स व्हाई आउट ऑफ दिस मल्टीप्लिकेशन वी आर सब्ट्रैक्टिंग 3 टी स्टेट. और एल्स क्या कर सकते हैं आप, इंस्टेड ऑफ 255 यू विल टेक इट 254 एंड यू विल एड 7 टी स्टेट. आर यू गेटिंग मी स्टूडेंट? या तो आप 255 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 4 करके 3 सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो, या तो काउंट वैल्यू एक कम लेके यू विल ऐड द रिमेनिंग 7 टी स्टेट. आर यू गेटिंग मी स्टूडेंट? यस और नो? वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, राइट. हम लोग ने एक बार ज्यादा, हमने मैक्सिमम काउंट ले लिया विच इज 255, बट जब भी 255 में से 0 0 होगा, एट दैट टाइम इट विल नॉट टेक 10 टी स्टेट, it will take 7 t state. मतलब हमने 3 t state ज़्यादा ले लिए, so that we are going to subtract from here. But student just try to imagine कि अगर मेरे प्रोसेसर का ऑपरेटिंग फ्रीक्वेंसी इज 2 मेगाहर्ट्ज एंड 3 into 2 which is very less time, अगर ये आप 3 सब्ट्रैक्ट नहीं भी करोगे ना, that will make no difference. यहाँ पे मैंने किया है, आपने नहीं किया होगा, right? So you will find that is almost, which is approximately 1.78 millisecond. Yes or no? Right? This 3 t state will make no difference in time because your operating frequency is in terms of megahertz. So ultimately your time requirement is in terms of microsecond, will make not that much difference into your calculation. Right? So अगर आप कर रहे हो तो well and good. Even if you will not do it, will make no difference. Right? Because the time is very less. Okay. Any doubt here in this student? Anyone? How to find the delay? Yes? Is it clear to everyone? Am I clear, students?
Clear, ma'am.
Correct.
Yes,
Right?
I'm clear.
Correct. Okay, students, can you tell me कि हम लोग अगर मैक्सिमम वैल्यू से रजिस्टर को लोड कर रहे हैं, the maximum delay that we will find is how much? अगर मैं अपने रजिस्टर को मैक्सिमम वैल्यू से भी स्टोर कर रही हूँ, then how much delay I am finding here? Delay equal to almost, कितना आपका आंसर क्या आया था?
1.787.
1.787. So I can say which is approximately equal to, it is approx 1.8 millisecond. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do you think? अगर मुझे 1.8 millisecond से ज़्यादा डिले चाहिए, then if I need a delay which is greater than 1.8 millisecond, suppose मुझे in terms of second I want a delay, then I cannot use this second method. Are you getting me, student? जब भी you will find that your delay is greater than 1.8 millisecond, you cannot go with the second method. This particular instruction, this particular technique will give you a very less delay in terms of microsecond. This technique will give you a delay in terms of millisecond, but which is maximum up to 1.8 millisecond. So you cannot use second method if you want a delay that is greater than 1.8 millisecond. So obviously we need to proceed for the third method, which is using register pair technique. Are you getting first 2 points, student? First two method में किसी को कोई doubt है? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
Correct. Now student, if you observe your first task, right here in this, my screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So you will find write an assembly language program which will continuously count from FF to 00. यहाँ पे एफ की जगह पे आपको डायरेक्टली टी दे दिया है विथ टी इक्वल टू 0.5 माइक्रोसेकेंड आइदर आपको टी दिया गया होगा और एफ इज गिवन टू यू यहाँ पे डायरेक्टली टी इज गिवन टू यू सो क्लॉक पीरियड टी इक्वल टू 0.5 माइक्रोसेकेंड use register C to set up a 1 millisecond delay in between two count value, right? And you will send this value to the output port. Now, from the first task, let me put here in your chat box as well. Just try to understand what we want to do. Just discuss it step by step and which method we can use and how can we proceed with this program. Just try to understand. Okay. First, read this, interpret it, and then discuss. If anyone is clear with that interpretation, just discuss what we want to do here. Yes? Shivanand, can you discuss?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what is your understanding? What we want to do?
Ma'am, I guess, ma'am, first we have to load any register with data FF, and then we have to decrement it, and we have to take another register with C, and we have to then one second, ma'am.
Darshan, what do you think? Darshan? Palak?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your interpretation?
Ma'am, just like Shivanand said that we have to store first FF in one register and then decrement it till it reaches 00.
Correct?
Then we have to multiply that T states.
Okay.
Ma'am, just like the second method which you showed with register.
Yes. So, student, very good, Palak. Student, here, just try to understand we need to do two things. One is we have to continuously count from FF to 00. That means, what do you think? Which counter we want to design? Up counter or down counter? Yes, we want to count
Down.
from a, yes, very good. We want to first design a down counter. So we will take any register, we will load it with FF value and we will decrement until it becomes 0, 0. If it is 0, 0, then there is no need to stop because it is a continuous counter, right? तो आपको यहाँ पे फिर से अगर 0, 0 हो गया, then again you will load it with the maximum value. Are you getting my point, student? हम लोग एक काउंटर डिजाइन कर रहे हैं. That is a design, that is a counter, type of the counter is down counter. So what we will do is we will load it with FF, will go up to 0, 0. Once it will become 0, 0, then again we are loading it with the maximum value because we want to design a continuous counter. ये फर्स्ट पार्ट सबको क्लियर हो रहा है? यस और राइट? नाउ एज आई डिस्कस कि अगर मैं एफ से 0, 0 काउंट कर रही हूँ, देन आई एम नॉट एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई दैट काउंट वैल्यू, राइट? मुझे वो काउंट वैल्यू आई कैन नॉट ऑब्जर्व बिकॉज देर इज नो sufficient delay in between to count. Now, how to provide a delay? So we had discussed two methods. First is using NOP and second is using which was the second method? Using register, right? Now, as we had discussed, अगर मैं NOP use करूँगी, then maximum delay that I'll find that will be in terms of microsecond, and here I need delay that is of in terms of millisecond. So first method I cannot use. Second method से मुझे maximum delay कितना मिल सकता है? How much time? How much delay I'll get maximum delay? Up to approximately 1.8 millisecond. So if I'll set my count value in such a way that I'll get a delay of 1 millisecond, that means 1.8 millisecond is obviously greater than 1 millisecond. So we can use second method, right? So जब भी आप रजिस्टर ये जिसमें आप काउंट वैल्यू ले रहे हो और वो डिस्प्ले कर रहे हो, इन बिटवीन दैट यू नीड टू सेट योर डिले लूप. इन डिले लूप इट इज गिवन कि आप अपना रजिस्टर सी लोगे टू load your count value, right? So use register C to load your count value and then setting a loop. So inside and outer side loop आप calculate जैसे करते हो, the same way you need to calculate and you will identify the counter with a delay, right? This is nothing but the hexadecimal counter with a 1 millisecond delay, right? अगर मुझे एक लाइन में within a single line, if I want to interpret this program, I'll say it is nothing but the hexadecimal counter with 1 millisecond delay. Are you getting my point, student? So first of all, design a down counter which will count from FF to 0, 0. FF to FE हो रहा है, so when you are loading and when you are decrementing in between, you need to put a delay of 1 millisecond. Can you try for this, student? How to do? पहले एक बार counter design कर लो, then I'll tell you how to put a delay in between two count. Are you in a position to design a counter which will count from FF to 0, 0? Yes or no? Yes, Palak can try. Okay, students, are you able to do this? Everyone? You need to design a hexadecimal counter which will count from FF to 0, 0. Shivanand, can you try for this?
Yes, I will try.
Rahil, Ayush, yes. Everyone try to design a down counter which will count from FF to 0, 0. Very easy to design, right? Only 3 instructions you require. Okay, just do it. Let me know in case of any doubt, anything, any problem you are facing. Only what you need to do is you need to design a down counter which will count from FF to 00. Just do it. Then we will discuss how to provide a delay. Done, Palak?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you share your screen?
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you took MBIB. Uh, what is the value? I'm not able to see.
FF.
FF, DCRB, Shahanzad. Well, very good. Right. Now, Palak, hold if you are writing, that will not count. See, just execute it. Execute this, assemble it. Correct. Now go for a see here in register B you can check F9, F7, F7, right?
Yes,
Go
ma'am.
next, right? So now stop it and execute it once. Execute, stop, run all at a time. Okay, you can see here that it becomes 00, right? And it will go to hold. That means it is not loading again, right? So what you need to
Yes,
do
ma'am.
is instead of student, what we have to do here, अगर मुझे continuous counter design करना है, then what I need to do instead of hold, yes,
Ma'am, your voice is lagging.
पलक just mute your mic because मुझे वहाँ से echo, I'm getting echo.
Ma'am, am I audible clearly?
You are audible, but आपके mic में से मुझे echo आ रहा है, so you keep your mic off.
Okay, ma'am.
Students, now am I audible properly? Shivanand, students, my voice is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you think here? NVIB, DCRB change it, then वो जब तक 00 नहीं हो जाएगा, then that loop will execute. Once it will become 0, then it will be on hold. So what about this continuous counter? What we need to do, student? अगर मुझे 00 पे स्टॉप नहीं हो जाना, when it will become 00, then again I want to load it with the maximum count. So for that continuous counter, what I should do? That is my question. Are you getting me, student? यहाँ पे if you observe, you need to design a continuous counter. So how you will make it continuous? That is the question. Very easy.
जी मैम।
Shivanand, what do you say?
मैम आपने कहा कि जब वो डेटा 0 0 हो जाएगा देन अगेन इट शुड लोड द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू डबल है।
It should load with ff value, right? But right now जो पलक ने कोड लिखा है उसमें क्या होगा कि 0 0 हो जाएगा, then it will come out of the loop. Now when it will become 0 0, then again it should be reset to ff. That is my question. So how to do this?
Ma'am, we can make a label at MVI and then we can jump that label.
Jan said above, and then again JNZ reset. So JNZ 2 times, what it will check, Palak?
Ma'am, their other instruction will come like if it comes out of the loop, then jump to load the register B.
Okay, so
You
instead of
can go for
JNZ,
JMP.
yes, very good. Right, instead of second JNZ, where you want to reset Palak, you don't want to check any condition. If JNZ is not satisfied, then it will go to the loop. Right, so simply write JMP reset. Are you getting me? Unconditionally, it will go to the next stage, right? Are you getting me, Palak? Students? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever, correct. अब आप देखो, whenever you will execute it, just Palak do one thing so that you can continuously check. Write one instruction. JNZ आपने लिखा, उसके बाद JMP लिखा, MVIB जहाँ पे लिख रहे हो MVIB ऊपर बिफोर डिक्रीमेंटिंग वहाँ उसको आउट कर दो, आउट पोर्ट 2, पोर्ट 1, पोर्ट 2 कुछ भी, आउट पोर्ट, इट विल नॉट टेक लाइक दिस, आउट और पोर्ट के बीच में कुछ भी स्पेस मत रखो, जस्ट राइट आउट पोर्ट 2, यस करेक्ट। उसमें अभी भी कुछ भी ऑटो करेक्ट okay, assemble it, yes. So still go to editor, ये जो आपने हेज लिखा है वो निकाल दो, yes, correct, assemble. Still there is an issue, autocorrect.
And if I'm keeping hash, then it's not showing error. I'll show you.
Okay. But it is not executing. Can you see here? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
हेज भी निकाल दो, स्पेस भी निकाल दो. Between out and port 2, remove space, remove heads.
Go for autocorrect.
Yes, Shivana, what you are saying?
Ma'am, can we check for autocorrect? It will show the correct format.
Okay.
Ma'am, there's no space in between out and port.
There is no space. Shivanand, you did this?
No, ma'am, I was just doing it. I was just giving a reason.
But I'm not getting you what you are saying. Okay. So, Palak, just I'm sharing my screen. You just stop your presenting.
Okay, ma'am.
Put your code here in chat box. Screen is visible, student? My screen is visible.
Not yet, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, now visible.
Okay. So what we want to do here, we want to design a continuous counter which will count from FF to 00. So instead of port 2, I think we need to mention this address 02 पे आपको send करना है, right? So output 02H. It's clear, students? First of all, we are loading register B with the maximum value. We are sending to the output port. We are decrementing B. Before decrementing, we are sending to the port 2. We are checking whether it will become 00 or no. If it is 00, then it will again go and load maximum value. Just try to assemble it. So which instruction is still okay. And now it's done. Now just try to understand. Just observe your port address 02. Are you able to find, student, here any value? It is continuous count. You can check, right? But what is the mistake here, student? What is the mistake here? Why we are not able to observe it over here? Can anyone tell me? अलग शिवानंद, what do you think? यहाँ पे हम लोग ने क्या मिस्टेक किया है? Why? See here you can check कि आपका count value is assembled and your count value is going to change, but it is not. You are not able to observe over here. What is the problem? Make it fast, student. अब जब भी आप in or out instruction ले रहे हो, what is the necessity? Whenever you are using in or out instruction, what is the necessity? Your data must be in which register?
From accumulator.
Very good. It should be in accumulator, right? And we are using here register A, B instead of register A. That's why we are not able to observe it onto the output port, right? Still, if I'll write this, right, you will find that here the count value is going to change, right? You are loading your accumulator with the maximum value. Only maximum value you can check. वो यहाँ पे आ भी रहा होगा, but you are not able to observe. What is the reason?
Delay is
देखो यहाँ
not
पे,
there.
yes, because we are not providing sufficient delay in between to count, right? यहाँ पे आपका to make it more clear, आप यहाँ पे observe भी कर पाओ. It's clear. Just check it कि आपका accumulator change भी हो रहा है, but you are not able to observe it onto the output port because there is a very less delay. So what do you think now? मुझे delay कहाँ पे provide करना चाहिए? Where I should provide a delay? Yes.
After decrementing.
After decrementing, right? देखो आप क्या कर रहे हो? FF वैल्यू ले रहे हो, उसको आउटपुट पोर्ट पे सेंड कर रहे हो. Now you are decrementing it, which will become FE now. Now if in short आप उसको आउट कर रहे हो, उसकी पहले कहीं पे भी you can provide your delay, right? So after decrementing also you can put your delay, or after sending it to the output port, here also you can put a delay, right? Now as we know कि we want to generate a delay of 1 millisecond. अगर 1.8 millisecond होता तो directly we can put a value in register C, which is FF, and that loop we will execute. But because we need a delay of 1 millisecond, so that count value we need to find. Are you getting me, student? अगर मेरे पास delay जो मुझे generate करना है, the delay that I want to generate अगर वो 1.8 मिली सेकेंड होता है इंस्टेड ऑफ 1 मिली सेकेंड, if it is 1.8 millisecond, then directly I can put that loop NVI, CFF, DCR, CJNZ. But because it is 1 millisecond, I need to find the count value. What should be stored in my register C, so that will provide me a delay of 1 millisecond. राइट नाउ अभी आपको एक चीज पता चल गया है कि अगर आपके पास लूप है, इफ यू आर हैविंग अ काउंटर, inside that counter, if you want to generate some delay, and if it is equal to 1.8 millisecond, how to find that, that is clear to you. नाउ अगर मुझे डिले दिया गया है, देन फ्रॉम दैट डिले हाउ टू फाइंड द काउंट वैल्यू, दैट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड प्रोबेबली इन नेक्स्ट क्लास, right? Before next lab, in our class only, we will discuss how to find count value from the given delay, right? Because basic requirement यही है कि आपको कभी भी ये नहीं दिया गया होगा कि the count value is FE, आपको always डिले दिया गया होगा, I need a delay of 1 second, I need a delay of 1 millisecond. So how to find count value from the delay, that we need to understand. तो यहाँ पे जो आप 255 डायरेक्टली ले रहे थे ना, the value you are taking as a count value here 255 count in decimal, that value you need to find. आपको ये पता है, टोटल डिले पता है, you need a 1 millisecond डिले, तो उसके लिए आउटर लूप इनर लूप के कितने कितने टी स्टेट है, that is also known to you. But now the unknown thing with you is count in decimal, so that you need to find out, right? तो वो कैसे मिल सकता है, just easily you can identify कि अगर मेरे पास आउटर लूप डिले है, इनर लूप डिले है, so the total delay equal to, I'll find it with this, इसमें से मेरे पास count value नहीं है, so I'll take it on left side, I'll divide it with these two values, so that ultimately give me a count value, right? But again, by procedure, we will understand how to find the count value from the given delay, right? अभी मुझे loop side करना आ गया कि how to design a counter. Inside that counter, how to put a delay, right? But depending upon my delay, how to load my register, what is the count value, what should be the count value inside my register, that we need to understand. Are you getting me, student? So probably in our class, we will discuss this topic, how to find, how to calculate your value, your count value from the given delay, right? Now, once that is known to you, you are in a position to find your task number 1. But for today, you will complete this program by generating a 1.8 milliseconds delay in between two count. How to generate 1.8 millisecond delay, that is known to you, right? So for today, you will complete this task by putting 1.8 millisecond delay in between two count, right? How to do, we had already discussed. Easily you can do that. Execute your code and just share your output code, input output codes window along with your program window with me through WhatsApp. Is it clear, student, what you need to submit today? Any doubt, anything to discuss? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. We just have to submit question 1, right?
Yes, you only need to submit question 1, but instead of 1 millisecond, because यहाँ पे आपको count value कैसे find out करना है, that I'll discuss with you. Then you will go with exact program. Right now, instead of 1 millisecond, you will take 1.8 millisecond. That already we had discussed, right? So task 1 with 1.8 millisecond delay. Everyone, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
1.8, ma'am. 1.38.
1.8 millisecond.
Okay,
1.7. 1.7, approximately 1.787. So that is approx 1.8 millisecond, right?
The question 1, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Is 390. Just wait for 1 more minute. I'm taking the attendance.